Losing a loved one is an undescribable pain, and navigating through the grief can be a very difficult journey. It's one our next guest has taken and survived. Lisa Marie Brodsky is here to tell us how her new book of poems helped deliver her from despair. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning,
Thanks
Charlotte.
for joining us. All right, tell us what Motherlung is all about.
Motherlung is the story of the death of my mother from lung cancer in 2006. But it's more than that. It's a memoir poetry book that tells the story of how I navigated that grief and being very, very dependent on my mom with in friendship and love, and then how do I live a life after she dies? How do I become an independent person of my own? And then it takes you at the end to me becoming a mother on my own without having my mother there.
How old was she when she passed away?
52.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very young. Very young.
Yeah.
Did you start writing this right after her death, or did you feel the need to do it prior, leading up to it?
Well, I've always written since I was a child, and she knew that. So when she was ill, I started to write in order to help my own heart deal with that grief and that loss that was coming, and she knew all that. And then I could just continue to write as she passed away and the year after that.
What was the hardest part?
The hardest part was not hearing her voice over my shoulder, literally. I learned to hear her voice figuratively at the end, but not having her literally here reading my poems with me was the hardest.
Some of these poems, I've read some of them, and some of them are really dark and very deep. Were you afraid of putting that out there for everybody else to read?
Because I've always been a writer who's written very deep, intense poems, that's just who I am. I wasn't really worried about that so much. It is a dark book, but at the end there is a very redemptive quality about it, as I find my faith toward the end, and it really lifts me up, I know, as the writer, and I hope that that does that for other people.
And my last question to you is, how do you think that this book can help others who might be going down the same path that you just went through?
Well, this isn't some kind of pat answer grief handbook. This is really a book with the meat and bones of how to get through grief, each unique person's own way. So my hope is that somebody would find hope in this and peace, ultimately.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being so brave to put your heart and soul into this book. I know it's going to help many other people.
I hope so.
Thank you. All right, well, Motherlung is available at Mystery to Me bookstore in Madison, as well as through the publisher, salmonpoetry.com, or on Amazon. You can also get it through Lisa's website. She has her very own website. We have a link to that on channel3000.com.